It's been more than a year since the murder of 20-year-old Fort Hood soldier Vanessa Guillen. Now lawmakers in Congress will once again take up the legislation named in her honor with the goal of protecting members of the military who report crimes. The Vanessa Guillen Act aims to remove decisions on prosecuting sexual assault cases from military commanders. As Wiernicki shows us, the legislation has bipartisan support.
Someone had to suffer in order for all of us to realize what's happening.
Lupe Guillen says the U.S. military failed to protect her older sister, Army Specialist Vanessa Guillen.
The system that we have now failed my sister.
In April 2020, Guillen was killed by a fellow soldier while she was stationed at Fort Hood Military Base in Texas. An Army investigation later revealed that Guillen was sexually harassed on base, but her command did nothing about it.
The message and culture in the military has been clear. Shut up, suck it up, and don't rock the boat.
That's why California Democratic Congresswoman Jackie Speier says she and a group of bipartisan lawmakers are introducing the Vanessa Guillen Military Justice Improvement and Increasing Prevention Act. The bill would take decisions about how to handle sexual assault outside the chain of command and give them to independent military prosecutors.
It's essential because it avoids the perception and the reality of a conflict of interest, especially when the victim and the perpetrator report up the same chain of command.
Ohio Republican Congressman Mike Turner says these changes are long overdue.
When we have a system that fails victims, everyone is failed because everyone is a potential victim.
Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin threw his support behind the bill Wednesday morning, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she will bring the bill to the floor for a vote soon. In Washington, I'm Anna Wiernicki.
Several Texans in both parties support the act. Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia says it will bring long overdue changes to protect men and women in the military.
We must continue to work hard to ensure that they're safe, that their families are safe, and that when they do have a complaint, that they are heard, that they get due process, and that the justice system works for them. I can tell you that as a lawyer and a former judge, it really just never made sense to me that there was a separate system for the military personnel. It just never did.
But two key senators are reluctant to remove decision-making from military commanders when it comes to prosecuting felony-level crimes. Both Rhode Island Senator Jack Reed and Oklahoma Republican Jim Inhofe have voiced opposition. Reed is the chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, and Inhofe is the ranking Republican. That's a big deal because the bill needs to clear their committee in order to get a vote in the Senate. Doctors say a new COVID variant is more dangerous and contagious than what we've seen before. Why they also say Texans have the tools to keep it under control. There's a new problem facing the state's struggling foster care workers.
Having to respond to a crisis here and there, is one thing. Having to do a 4-hour shift on a Saturday night, it's a huge toll on these caseworkers.
Our investigators dig into the rising risk of assaults on staff, next on State of Texas.